Hello, fellow rosarians. You may have just watched a unboxing that I did for a bare root that arrived really early. My zone is zone 7B in Maryland, and typically my bare roots arrive the first week of March, and that syncs with when the ground isn't frozen. In this case, I received a bare root in the second week of January, and so I wanted to share with you how do we take care of that. Is it a problem? No. If there's a rose that you really want and it is bare root, go ahead and get it. And then we'll just go ahead and pot it up and put it in with all of the other roses that you're wintering. And your environment with the cooler weather should keep that rose dormant. So we don't want the rose to go into a warm house or a warm environment because we just don't want it to start flushing out. So what do we do? General guidance on a bare root is that you soak it for 24 hours. And I try not to let it go too much longer than that because I have seen where a rose will kind of go into shock a little bit if it is soaked too long. And I've heard stories where people soak them for a week or so, and the rose becomes a little bit dependent on that water, and then you have to harden it off and get it used to not being in the water. It's a mess. So let's stick with 24 hours as a max for our guidance for how long you soak your bare root. In the event that you have more bare roots coming than just one or two that'll fit into this little bucket, then get a baby pool. I usually have 3 baby pools on hand so that I can soak my roses and they're all in that spa together. So now that this has been soaking for 24 hours, what I want you to do is get a container that's large enough to pot your rose. In this case, the rose should put on no growth between now and when I'm ready to put it into the ground in March with my other bare roots. So this is just a temporary situation so that it can still get used to in my environment and stay dormant outside. I am not adding biotone, compost, any kind of stimulant at all to this. I'm just putting it into the soil, and then we're going to go ahead and backfill it like normal. So cover the roots. Okay, so I have potted it up like normal. It doesn't need to be pretty. You could even put 4 or 5 in here all together. Just carefully bundle them all up together. I think that I've done that in one of my other videos called Healing It In. So you're basically just putting them in a temporary situation until you're ready to put them in the ground. But the important thing about this is not to add any kind of stimulant because you do not want to promote growth. You want it to stay asleep for the next, in my case, 2 months until I'm ready to put it in the ground. So it will still get water while it's outside in the elements. I'm going to put this with all of my other pots up against the house, and I'll just check in on it. I hope this video is helpful, and I'll plan on seeing you in the next one.